Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims presents the second week of year 4 of Grand Slam Wrestling, and today we have a very big match. The first defense of Jerry the King Lawler against Jim Londos at the Detroit Circuit, week 2 of year number 4. We don't go on real time here, folks. It is the first video I have presented for 2021, and I wish you all a very happy new year. When in game time, it is week 2 of year 1. Jerry the King Lawler winning the World Heavyweight Championship on the virtue of winning a 4-man tournament of retiring regional champions because of changes in GSW for year number 4. We went to 16 circuits, and we decided to retire the North, South, East, and West champions and tag champions. So they met in a tournament, and Jerry beat Andre the Giant, and he beat Pat O'Connor to win the World Heavyweight Championship because Jim Londos, in his last match, lost the title to John Pezic, who subsequently retired that title. So Jim Londos, the last champion, is going to face the former champion right here on this very video. And should Londos win the title, he'll be the third man in GSW history to win the championship of the world on 2 occasions. And if Lawler loses, he will be the shortest reigning World Heavyweight Champion in GSW history in a little over 3 years I've been doing this game. Let's get you to the results of what happened earlier in the Detroit card, but as they say on Big Brother, but first, let's show you the roll call of champions. It has changed ever so slightly in week number 2 because America's team, the team with Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA, if you will, won the World Tag Team Championship a second time, defeating Black Japan, but all the other championships right now remain the same. That gets us to our Detroit card. The Detroit circuit, we had Mark Lewin, the non-maniacal Mark Lewin, going up against the heel Freddie Blassie. They went to a draw, went 30 minutes. Lewin got busted open very late, a very bad gash, but it was too late in the time limit for it to have a factor in the bout. In our second bout, it was Wild Bill Lungson over Uncle Elmer of the WWF in about the mid-80s or so. Also was known in the Southern Wrestling circuits as Plowboy Frazier. Bob Orton Jr. and Paul London went to a no contest. Eddie Creechman has stepped into the void and is giving managerial expertise to the well-traveled Ace Orton. And they had a no contest. The match never got started. There was a pre-match brawl. So look for those two to be going at it again next week, or the next time we come to Detroit, which will be week 6. Triple H and Nikita Koloff, the surprise pinfall winner, picking up 7 points in the rankings. He'll go to 115, and Triple H, who will move to a new region, which is yet to be determined, falls to 131, and he could be a fill-in guy if a region is short on heels between now and when we do the draft to place the free agents in week 4, after week 4. The Road Warriors send Bobby Shane and Buddy Colt to a new region. They won by pinfall, 11:42. If you win clean, if you lose clean, you get jobbed out and you go to another region. So that's how we did that. And in the semi-main event, it was Terry Funk and Otto Wantz, or Wands. Funk won by countout, and I am going to make a note of that right quick here. Make sure we have Funk and Wands back again, because that ended in a countout when Funk Pearl Harbored Otto, and Otto got his revenge, and while doing so, he didn't hear the 10 count. So that brings us to our match, which we will bring into focus right now. It is Jerry the King Lawler, his first defense of the World Heavyweight Championship, the King, against Jim Londos. These two men pretty similar in the fact that they pretty much lived off their gimmicks. Jerry Lawler being the King. He wasn't the best wrestler, technical wrestler ever, but he could brawl. and he could appeal to the fans via his interviews. And Jim Londos was not a top flight wrestler in his day, but had appeal to the fans and was a mainstay in the 30s, 40s, and early 50s. So Lawler is the world champion. They're both baby faces, but I think we'll see some more aggression out of Lawler, wanting to not be embarrassed and lose his title on the first try. So we'll ring the bell. We'll get this bout underway. Computer is picking Jerry Lawler. We go 60 minutes, one fall 60 minutes, and Londos has to score a pin in that time, pinfall or submission, to win the World Championship a second time. And we're underway. A legal throw by Londos. If a 1 comes up, we already have a title change, but it doesn't. It's a 32. And a legal leg hold by Londos. I expect Londos to out technique Lawler. Londos auto control loss goes to Lawler. Lawler legal punches. Yeah, I think we'll see a little bad king here, as there's a series of videos of Lawler in the Memphis territory, late 80s, early 90s, going bad, and they occasionally in his home territory had him do heel turns, and then a few months later, or a few weeks later, he would go babyface again. Kick by Lawler, neck hold by Lawler. Early going in a match, a legal low blow by Jerry the King, a headlock, illegal punches by Lawler, a legal leg hold by Londos, and so far it is 20 off for Lawler and 32 off of Londos in this World Championship match. Whoever wins this will have to face Vader next week. And let me look up where that is, because I did do the schedule just a minute ago. Yeah, that will be in the Los Angeles circuit. Whoever wins this goes to Los Angeles, and we'll have that match for you next on the GSW Match of the Week. Big Van Vader beat Londos by count out late in year 3, but because of his match with Pesek already being signed, Vader had to wait, and is the second in line. Londos was the first in line by virtue of him being the world champion and not directly losing it to Lawler. Auto control loss, pin holds, body slam by Londos. Yeah, I can imagine Londos picking him up. Londos illegal arm hold. Action happening outside the ring. Punching away. Lawler was punching away at Londos, knocked him off the ring apron. And so far, it's pretty much a dead even match as we're 7 minutes into it. Londos telegraphs his move, which allows Lawler to assume control. Especially move fist drop. Very low chance of scoring a pinning predicament there. Pile driver, legal chop, legal chop. And Londos going for the unconscious hold, which I assume is a sleeper-like hold. Lawler counters it. Lawler going for a big move. Pile driver, but Londos knew it was coming. And the match continues. A legal arm hold by Londos. We're 9 minutes and 30 seconds into this World Championship bout. Legal throw by Londos. A legal turnbuckle move by Londos. I imagine Londos was a guy who was capable of cheating back in his day, because he was the champ, and champs sometimes have to go to territories where the fans are behind the challenger. I imagine you'd have to play a little dirty at sometimes. A legal leg hold, a specialty move, a pile driver, a kick. Lawler goes for the suplex, and Londos was ready for it and countered at a legal arm hold by Londos. Leg lock, and you'll see here that will not score a submission. Both of these guys, you're not going to get them on submissions all that much. Illegal whip to the ropes by Londos. Right now, the stamina off is 93 for Lawler, 56 for Londos. That's minus 93, minus 56. The closer you are to 0, the better off you are. Illegal leg hold by Londos. Looks like Lawler is losing a little bit of steam already at the 13:05 mark. No action. Both these guys are pretty close to their next stamina level was. Londos with a series of chops to Lawler's chest and the reduction of stamina by 5. Legal throat chop by Londos, another stamina reduction of 5. Leg lock countered. Disqualified check. Possible DQ is stopped. Legal neck hold by Lawler countered. Legal punches by Londos. Legal leg hold by Londos, 7 off. So now Lawler is 12 points away from losing a stamina level. Londos surprises Lawler with a series of punches. Reduction of by 5. And Londos now using speed and quickness to tire Lawler out. He's now 1 point shy of losing a stamina level. And now Londos stuns his opponent with a Russian leg sweep. And now Lawler is down to 35-35-1 on his pin rating, which means almost any pin can all pretty much be assured of getting him to the 3 count, which he is still at a 1 at. He's got 64 more points before he drops another level. Londos is now down to 29. Airplane spin. Oh, this could be it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We have a brand new World Heavyweight Champion in Jim Londos. He has ended very quickly the reign of the King. An epic battle that had the fans on the edge of their seats. Londos defeats Lawler. He is for a second time the World Heavyweight Champion in a match the fans will not soon forget. Your time, 17 minutes, 34 seconds, and as Gorilla Monsoon would say, history is made in Detroit. Londos wins back his World Championship in just a little over 17 minutes, which means the King will go back to, now because he was a champion, he doesn't go into the free agent pool. He picks the region he wants to go back to, which will be Memphis, obviously. And now Londos will reign supreme as the world champ once again. And neither man drew blood on the other. It was a nice match, really. They were playing nice to each other, and it was a 4-star rated match. And there you go, Londos again, the World Heavyweight Champion. So I hope you enjoyed the match. Our next GSW match of the week will be in Los Angeles. Jim Londos going there to face Big Van Vader, visiting that region from the London circuit. Londos came in from San Juan's circuit, and now San Juan is going to lose Londos to the world title barnstorming tour. And that's it. This has been Big Paulie coming to you, wishing you again a happy new year. Godspeed and God bless, and we'll do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.